very momentous day for Maruti Suzuki, and joining me to talk all about the developments that have taken place today is the Executive Director of the brand, Mr. Shashank Srivastava. Shashank, welcome to Moneycontrol.
Thank you very much.
Big, exciting day. I think the Jimny's response has been overwhelmingly positive. Uh, Tell us, when can we expect this on the road? What is the tentative launch timeline?
I think it would be maybe about 2.5 months from now that we'll be able to bring it on the roads, actually.
Now, of course, just given the sheer response, I'm sure you guys are prepared for a very large sort of order. So, what kind of orders are you prepared to cater to in this fiscal?
Yeah, so, we don't have a specific number in mind. As with any new launches, we will see how the response is from the consumer, and subsequently we will plan our volumes. However, I expect that considering that this is going to be a very fast growing area within the compact SUV segment, and there is only one model so far in the industry, so I think this segment is going to grow very fast.
Now, coming to EVs, which is the next sort of buzzword along with Maruti Suzuki, I noticed it bore a great resemblance to the existing Grand Vitara and the Brezza SUV. So, is it safe to assume it's going to be in that line, when it is launched? I know it's called the EVX at the moment, but it'll be essentially an electrified version of either one of these cars.
Yeah, so you saw the vehicle,
Yeah.
so physically it would look similar to what you saw.
Right.
So it is in the mid SUV space, so it's a larger SUV. The size is very close to the Grand Vitara. It's 4.3 meter. So yes, you are right. It will be a largest SUV. That will be the first electric vehicle that Maruti Suzuki will have.
I also want to ask you about, the battery manufacturing plant. What is the latest development there? And could we also expect Maruti Suzuki to be would it be safe to assume that, Maruti Suzuki would be the first brand to start locally manufacturing lithium-ion cells in the country?
Absolutely. People have been asking me, what will be the price of this vehicle, the electric vehicle? Would it be competitive? And, I keep saying that for bringing a competitive price for EVs, you need to reduce the battery cost. And the reason is that 50% of the cost of making a EV is actually battery cost. And one of the very big element of reducing cost of batteries is to localize it. And that's the reason why Suzuki has actually announced that they are investing 10,000 crores in the localization in the BEVs and batteries in India. And that is certainly going to be very competitive for us because we can then have a much lower cost structure.
But do you think Maruti Suzuki is ready to beat other manufacturers who already have a firm foothold in this space in the local battery manufacturing space?
Yeah, so it's like this. This space is still fast evolving. So at the moment, the space is not very large. Last year, just 21,000 out of 30.7 lakh vehicles were electric vehicles. So the space is fast expanding. So it's not about pushing other people out or the thing, because I think there will be enough volumes to grow for everybody.
I also wanted to ask you about the flex fuel vehicles. What is your rollout plan when it comes to flex fuel vehicles? And, do you expect flex fuel vehicle customers to sort of eat into your current CNG base, given that they will get that economy, it will be better than an existing ICE vehicle, and also a little bit of that performance which they expect from a vehicle?
Yeah, so CNG actually has been performing very well, and as I have mentioned earlier, we are looking at a range of technologies to meet emission requirements, to lower emissions. It can't be pure electric because the adoption of EVs actually will take some time, considering we have to bring the cost down, and also because the charging infrastructure is rather limited. So the adoption will take some time. In the meanwhile, we need to reduce emissions from the existing vehicles, and therefore Maruti Suzuki believes a host of technologies will coexist in this process of reducing emission. CNG is one of them. Actually 22% of our sales today is CNG. Second, we have flex fuel. We have in this Auto Expo showed a Wagon-R with flex fuel that works on blended ethanol. Ethanol content can go up to as high as 85%. And regarding a question of when it will be introduced, of course we have to wait, because you still have the regulations regarding flex fuel about to come, and also we have to see the availability of the flex fuel itself. So, but the thing is that the central point here is that a mix of technologies will coexist: CNG, biogas, flex fuel, hybrid, strong hybrid, and of course electric.
Speaking of hybrids, do you have any expectations that the GST bracket on them might be lowered? Do you have any expectations from the upcoming budget?
I can't really talk of expectation because the government is the best judge. They have to look at the entire economy. They have different aspects to look at, including fiscal expenditure. We only talk about auto industry, but yes, I would if I was to if I were to dream, or if you say my wish, then definitely I think all those technologies which reduce emission, including CNG and hybrids, they should have some form of support from the government.
My final question, Shashank, is what kind of year are you expecting to have in terms of the supply chain disruptions? Are you, because of the geopolitical situation and the looming global recession, are you expecting a few more bumps, or is this year likely to prove a little smoother than the last one? And also, if you could tell us what kind of order bank does Maruti Suzuki have at present? Which
So I'll take the last question first, because the quick 365,000 is the order bookings that we have as of today. On the other question about future immediate forecast of next year, actually there are several red flags which we are also noticing. Inflation is one. Interest rates, the repo rates have been going up. Those are now reflecting in retail loan rates going up. And as you know, 80% of the retails in our industry is through loans. And third, most importantly, is whether the economy will grow as fast as predicted earlier. But having said that, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of analysts are saying that there could be zero growth to about 7.5% growth. We are a little more optimistic in that range. So we are saying that the next year probably we will see a sale of about 4.1 million as compared with 3.8 million that 22-23 will end up with.
Shashank Srivastava, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on what's been a very, very momentous expo for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.